Now, from the landmine exploding, it detonated everything we had inside our truck, which we had fuel in case we broke down. We had our personal clothes. We had ammo. We had missiles in the back of the truck. I was trapped inside the truck. I was pinned, and the truck was on fire. 19 years old, and I thought to myself, my life is going to end right here. Every dream, every goal, every plan that I had is gone. You know, a lot of you don't know you have this inside of you because at one point when I was your age, I didn't know I had it inside of me either. You have no reason to know unless you've been through something already in your life. But I always had that little something that, I don't know what you name it. I don't think there's a word for it. It's just that extra, just that, you know, just something in you. That when something seems so hard, it just comes out and it helps you get through it. And my came out when I was trapped inside that truck and I thought my life was going to end. Can you imagine? Literally, I can see my hands changing right in front of me. Literally changing. Knowing that I would not be able to hit fast forward on the remote and knowing it's going to go back to regular hands, like it was a movie. Knowing that I won't wake up November 1st and wipe it off because of the night before I was out playing around and it was makeup. This was going to be my life. I just held on long enough to the point where they pulled me out of the truck. They pulled me out of the truck and they evacuated me, put me on a helicopter, and I went to a local medic station set up in Iraq where the doctors, they put me on a ventilator, which is pretty much a 2-to-1 machine to keep me alive. From there I went to Germany. I was in Germany for about 4 days. I was in a coma at this point, so I got to Germany, I was there for about 4 days, and I went to emergency surgery where they cut my stomach open. The point of doing that was to clean me up, because I inhaled so much smoke from the fire. After 4 days, once I was stable enough, they brought me down to Brooke Army Medical Center, which is also known as BAMC, B-A-M-C, BAMC, in San Antonio, Texas. Still in a coma. 3 weeks after getting to BAMC, to San Antonio, I came out of my coma to this new body. Now, when I was a kid, you know, growing up, I was always told, JR, Jose, JR, you're handsome, you're handsome, you're handsome, you're handsome, young man. Do you think there was ever across my mind where I said, you know what, when I grow up, I want to be disfigured. When I grow up, I want to look different. When I grow up, I want to be able to go to the store and have a kid yell and scream and run away from me, when all I'm doing is just trying to buy milk. That's what I want to do when I grow up. I want to be called a freak. I want to be called a monster. I want to be called something that, you know, you only see in movies. Coming out of a coma and seeing your body like that, I mean, it's a lot to deal with. But I had about a week of going through this anger and this depression, you know, like I came out of my coma, and this is what happened. The doctor came into the room and he said, you know, Martinez, because military all by last name, Martinez, I'm going to explain to you the routine that you're going to go through, the recovery. And he sits down at the edge of my bed and he starts telling me, every morning your nurse is going to come in at 7:30 in the morning and feed you. After about 30 minutes, your nurse will come back and then bathe you. And after that, your nurse is going to come back and do your care. I blocked him out. After he said my nurse was going to feed me, and then my nurse was going to bathe me, I blocked him out. And I started thinking about this. This might not be so bad after. My nurse. Oh man, I watch movies. I watch shows. Every time I see a nurse on a movie and a show, cute girl, young, coming out of med school, who be feeding me, bathing me. Man, that'd be so bad after. But then, like, I'm sitting there, like, I'm off in this place thinking about all this stuff, and then all of a sudden, Mike walks into my room. Mike is my nurse. You thought I tell people all the time, jokingly, like, you know, like if I'm dating a girl, I'm like, oh, you know, it's because, you know, I don't go that far with you because, you know, I've been burned before. Y'all get it? Y'all better get it. If not, ask somebody later. You might get it at the end of the day. But literally, me thinking about the nurse, then Mike walks in, beard, tall guy, you know, hairy, completely backfired on me. That's when depression and anger kicked in. I was like, man, this sucks. I don't want to go through this. And literally, it happened for about a week where I was depressed and I was angry, legitimately. And my mother walked into my room one day and she said this one thing to me that changed me and has allowed me to be where I am today. She said, you have a lot to learn in life. And one of the biggest things you have to learn in life is no matter who's going to be in your life, whether it's a girl, whether it's a wife one day, whether it's your kids, whether it's me as your mother, co-worker, no matter who it is that's going to be in your life from this point on, is going to be in your life because they love you for who you are and not what you look like. Mm-hmm. Wow, I never heard that before. Makes a lot of sense. My attitude changed. I made a choice. I'm going to change my attitude. So from that point on, I said, you know what, this is me. You like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. The great thing about this world, there's trillions of people in it. I mean, I speak the same language, but there's trillions of people in it. And if one person doesn't like you, it's okay. There's more people. There's more people to pick from that like you, right? So, I had no idea why this happened to me. I just said, I'm going to try to make the best of it, be positive, and have a great attitude, and just be good, just be cool with it. And then one day I was asked to visit a patient. And at visiting the patient, I realized that I was able to have an impact on his life. And then I got involved with charities, and I became a spokesman. And then all of a sudden I started doing motivational speaking. I'm just kind of going with it, just taking every opportunity, being positive. And then all of a sudden, it jumped into, I get this call about trying out for this show to be an actor. And I'm like, I'm not an actor. I've never taken acting in my life. All of a sudden, I get the part on the show, and they tell me it's going to be a 3-month role, and here I am 2.5 years later, still going strong on the show. How am I able to do all these things when none of this was part of my plan? Because I found ways and I made a choice and a decision that even though I'm going through a tough period, there's another period that's going to be great. That's going to be fun. All I got to do is fight my way through this. How much time do I have? What time's the bell ring? You guys know, don't I know you don't know?
3 minutes.
Huh?
3 minutes.
3 minutes? 2 minutes? You need to get your watches together.
1 minute, 40 seconds.
1 minute and 40 seconds. All right, so check this out. I'm going to end on this. An analogy. Because I know you guys have been looking at a clock, and you guys look at a clock throughout the whole day because you're in school. That's what I did. So, I'm going to use this analogy. There's 12 and there's 6, right? 12 is at the top, 6 is at the bottom. And if it's not, you need to turn the clock, okay? So, 12 is at the top, 6 is at the bottom. 12 meaning it's at the high point. It's when everything in your life is going well. When your boyfriend, your girlfriend, you guys are lovey-dovey, or you get good grades in school, you got accepted to this college, or whatever it may be. 12 is a good place in your life. 6 is at the bottom, bad, negative. We broke up. Oh my God, I got a pimple. Oh, like all these other things. 6 is horrible. But look at that little red hand. You see it? On that, you guys, from over there, you don't have to look at this one. You can look at that one. There's one right next to you. Or should I do this? Look at the red hand. So you look at the red hand and see how it keeps turning? How does it do that? There's batteries in it that work, right? Okay, so there's batteries that work in this thing for that red hand to go from 6 all the way back to 12. Well, if there's no batteries, it stops. It'll never get to 12. It'll stay right there. The point is this. When you're at 6 in your life and everything seems to not be going your way and it seems like it will never and not get better, you have to continue to put the batteries in it. You have to put your heart, your mind, your will, all those things in it to keep that red hand moving to get to 12 at a good place in your life. Always believe in yourself. Never let anyone pressure you to do something that you don't want to do. Look at people and look beyond the scars. Accept them for who they are. Love them for who they are. You have no idea what someone sitting next to you has been through. Like, I don't know what you've been through, but respect that person. Dream and dream big because it's free and no one can take it away from you. And never give up on your dreams. Peace. I'm out.